What's going on, people? It's Mr. Dole back again. I hope everyone's fit and well. And yes, the big announcement has happened today. Nottingham Forest have made the club transfer record today in Taiwo Awoniyi from Union Berlin. It's been like a year, or it's been so long, but we're here. It's a big announcement. People get involved. How are you feeling? I've got two special guests, but the first one, we know who this next guy is next to me is Mr. Des. How are you feeling about the new signing?
I'm happy. I'm happy that we've got the ball rolling and we can start planning for the Premier League now. And
let's see, we've got two special guests. I know Des. This is the first time I've just met Des because we started late. But first of all, we're going to start with Daniel. How are you feeling? How are you, Daniel? And tell everyone about you.
I'm fine. My name is Daniel. I'm a Union Berlin fan. Doing a podcast about them, writing a blog together with some friends of mine called Textilvergehen, which means a tag of a shirt in German. And for some reason, it's the name of our Union blog. No one really knows why. And yeah, so we write and talk about Union and obviously go to games, live the whole Union Berlin fan lifestyle.
Yeah. So, and last but not least, like I said, we've just literally met because Des has become a bit late. And this is Des from Des. Are you from Nigeria?
Yeah, I am. I'm Nigerian.
Oh, so tell everyone, like, first time here, first time meeting you.
And I'm actually putting on my national team.
I've got it on as well. I've got it on as well. So yes, so I said this is Des. He'll tell us more about Awoniyi and international break, how he plays for his club. So people get involved. If you've got any questions for Daniel or Des about our new signing, comment below. If you want to do any super chats as well, people, please do it. Help me out. It helps me out a lot. But yeah, right. First of all, I'm gonna start with Des. New signing. At last, our first Forest signing. How you feeling about it?
Well, yeah, for Nigerians, I think for Nigerians are very ecstatic. Nigerians are excited. I mean,
no, Des, not you. Des, no, it does not you. We've got this Des. This is
okay. It's Des as well.
Right. This is what we're gonna do. We've got English Des. I've got Nigerian Des. Right. So English Des. How you feel about new signing?
I'm over the moon. He comes with such a great pedigree. You know, everybody seems to be, the Union fans seem to be disappointed to lose him. Steve Cooper's worked with him in the past. That's a massive tick in the box for all as Forest fans. We know how much he improves players. I just think it's a great move for all concerned. I'm sure Daniel probably doesn't agree, but for ourselves, it just gets that ball rolling, doesn't it? There's been a lot of excitement, anticipation, expectation, and now we've got a player through the door. We're opening the floodgates almost to 3 or 4 more, maybe real top quality signings to improve our team and to give us a fighting chance in the Premier League, to give us a chance of competing against some of the big boys. The guy himself looks a big physical presence. I'm sure the guys are going to tell me all about him, but he looks strong, physical, in the mould of Keinan Davis, who did so well for Forest in the Championship. Potentially, he's got a few more goals in him than Davis, it looks like. And what I've liked about the clips I've seen, I try and avoid YouTube clips and compilations because you never know. You need to see somebody in the flesh. But what I do like about what I've seen is he seems to strike the ball really, really well. When Daniel's kind of nodding his head there, but he seems to strike the ball well. He seems to hit it hard, and when it hits it, he's hit the back of the net a few times. So really looking forward to being able to weigh him up properly in the live matches.
But like I said, me and Des, we don't know much about him. I know us Forest fans won't know much about him, and that's why I've got two special guests with me. Like I said, we've got Daniel, he's from Germany. We've got Nigerian Des, that we will know from the Nigeria, because I said he's massive in Nigeria. But first of all, I'm going to get with you, Daniel. Tell us Forest fans about our new signing.
Yeah, that little shake of the head was maybe the wrong first impression, because he really has been spectacular for us over the last 2 years, first on loan, and then we had a first departure of him almost. He actually got given his parting presents after last season, but then we managed to cover up the transfer fee to sign him before the season, which was already a substantial outlay in terms of transfer spend for Union. And he more than justified that transfer fee that we paid for him. The reason I shook my head a bit over the whole striking the ball thing is that was maybe the one area of his game that had the most question marks. Sort of the technique in close spaces, finishing cleanly, having a clean first touch. That was maybe the area that he had the most to work on and work with when he came to Union. He has made progress in those departments, I think, over the 2 years that he spent here at the club, and working with our manager, Urs Fischer, who's been fantastic, I think, and managing him, improving him, working with him, and really connecting with him on a human level as well. So you could see his confidence growing, him growing into his frame, and sort of his play growing to be commensurate with his physical talents more and more. So that's been really good. And he's been beaming and a really big presence on the pitch, in the locker room by all appearances. So that's been really good. And he's really impressed, and we're sad to see him go.
As a fan, what was his relationship with the Union Berlin fans like? Is he good? What's he like?
I mean, that's really it's the first thing I think about when I see him leave now, because Taiwo obviously came from Nigeria, played at or was registered at Liverpool, didn't really play there in the first team, and had a lot of loan spells at different clubs, been at different clubs, never for too long, always seemed to struggle to establish himself. He was loaned to Mainz in the Bundesliga, didn't really get consistent game time there, didn't really convince there, went back to Liverpool, and you had the feeling that he was a bit lost in the whole sort of grinder of professional football. And that when he came to Union, that was really the first time playing in Europe that he found a club where people seemed to believe in him, and where he found a spot in the team and in the league, and really came into his own. And also, made a real, formed a real bond with the supporters. We have this the song that we sing for him when he scores, but also in some other moments. Like I remember a few times when he maybe missed the first chance. And
Daniel, what's the chant, Daniel? So English Des can learn it.
It's not got very complicated lyrics. It just goes Taiwo Awoniyi, Awoniyi, Taiwo Awoniyi, and just so on.
Wait, Daniel. I hope people in the comments are listening to this, because we need this at the City Ground. Daniel, do it one more time so people in the comments can listen to it. Come on, because Des, Nigerian Des, you're next. You're not getting with this. So
I'm gonna do a little bit differently, because that was actually a nod to the past, because 20 years ago, Union, or almost 20 years ago, Union had a striker called Karim Benjamina, and the same melody was sung for him back in the day, and he was a similarly great player for us. And so it was kind of a badge of honor when that song got adapted for Taiwo, and instead of singing Karim Benjamina, we were singing Taiwo Awoniyi's name, or Daniel Teixeira is another player who had a similar song that we used to sing. So that was basically an impression, and you could really see how Taiwo was delighted with that reception, with that bond, because Union, maybe some of your fans followed the story of Union. We struggled ever since German reunification to get into German professional football, and we got promoted 3 years ago, and since then really performed really well in the Bundesliga, and was this dream sequence over the last few years. And Taiwo was a big reason for us being that good, but also that whole development of the club gave him an opportunity to flourish in that way. And that's really like the tear in our eyes is that we are sad to see him leave, and we would have obviously loved for him to stay. But also there's a bit of concern or worry, and we really want him to do well at your club. Obviously you'll want that, but also for him to sort of stay at that happy place that he found at Union.
Before I get to Nigerian Des, I know I was reading like you play the same formation as Forest players. Do you look play 3-5-2, don't you?
Yeah, for most parts of last season we played 3-5-2. There were also 3-4-3 formations, but the really established formation, especially since Max Kruse left the club, the other big offensive player, attacking player, sometimes also offensive player, I guess, but that's another story. Ever since he left, Geraldo Becker and Taiwo Awoniyi really were the striking pairing, and in some ways, even Geraldo Becker was maybe the more outstanding guy than Taiwo this season. But he was the big focal point in our attacking play, and the guy who was the hub for our offensive play.
Right. So now next up is Nigerian Des. It's weird, Nigerian Des, English Des. Oh, people in comments.
Just before we go on, I want to ask: is his name Desmond? Are you Desmond?
No, it's Des. He's Des. No,
Des.
Right, Des. Right, Nigerian Des. You got to do a favor for me because I've known if I don't know if Daniel or Des knows, he's a YouTuber as well. So if there's any Nigerian fans out there, please go and subscribe to Do Daily. Des, get your Nigerian community. He's a big Forest fan as well.
Sure.
So like I said, if there's any Nigerian community.
A lot of them are watching right now. So
there. Oh, that's a legend. If there's any Nigerian, make sure you subscribe to me, to my DoreOnTour. See the journey on my channel, and you'll see our new sign-in as well. Subscribe to this mug as well because he is a mug. Go and subscribe to him as well because, like I said, if there's any Nigerian people that suffer with mental health and all that, he's the man. He's the man. He'll get you through out the day. And like I said, go and subscribe to Do Daily. Right. So Nigerian Des. The Nigerian community, what's the reaction of him signing for Nottingham Forest?
Wow, that's a very good question. I mean, the reaction. I mean, I don't know if you've taken a look at social media across Instagram, Twitter in the last.
Mad. I saw.
In fact, not only in the last 24 hours, in the last 3 days since the rumor started. I think it started on the Daily Telegraph, and it just like everybody was. Buzzing. I mean, a lot of people were very, very happy. Yeah. You're saying something, Mr. Do.
Yeah, but like I said, what's the community like? What is it? Has it been like crazy? Because I know he's the fourth expensive Nigerian player.
Yeah, the fourth most expensive. I actually tweeted that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I said, are you excited? Like I know he was at Liverpool. He didn't get. I think he didn't start there because of work permits. Etc.
Yeah.
So are you excited that he's got to prove himself in the Premier League?
Very, 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 very excited. I mean, Taiwo is a very devout Christian. I mean, if you take a look at his Instagram, you'll see that he holds his spirituality. He holds it very, very highly. If you look at Taiwo's career right from the under-17s, how he got into the under-17 Nigerian team. Before the Nigerian team won the Under-17 World Cup in 2013, a couple of players were supposed to be in the team, but they failed their MRI scan, and Taiwo was called up to replace those players. And also, when they won the World Cup, he was in the same team with Kelechi Iheanacho of Leicester City, Isaac Success, formerly of Watford, now in Udinese. A couple of them, and those players got moves to other clubs in Europe, but Taiwo was sort of like the only guy that hadn't got a club. So Liverpool came calling, and the work permit issues. He had to go on about 7 loans. Like this is the 8th or 9th club. Nottingham Forest is the 8th or 9th club Taiwo Awoniyi is playing for since 2015. You can see how, I mean, his journey has been crazy. And I mean, a lot of Nigerians are just like they've seen what he has passed through, especially at Mainz. Just after the pandemic, he clashed heads with a fellow Nigerian in Felix Udokai of Augsburg, and he had a concussion. So a lot of Nigerians are kind of emotional because of his story, and it's just amazing now that he's actually living his dream, because he didn't get to live his dream at Liverpool, but now he's going to obviously live his dream at Nottingham. And some people say he's not the first Nigerian to play for Nottingham, but I think he is, because Shola Amiobi played for Nottingham back in the day.
Yes, we know who he is, legend.
Shola Amiobi represented the English national team at that time, but I mean, so Shola technically Taiwo Awoniyi is the first. So Nigerians are buzzing, Nigerians are happy. I mean, we're having a lot of our players are playing in the top leagues in Europe, England, Germany, Italy. So I mean, it's just good for us, good for the national team as well.
You know what it does? I think you need to get Forest top Nigerian Des. We'll send you a Forest top, and you need to promote Forest. I know this. Like I said, you said there's quite a lot of Nigerian people. Make sure you do hit the subscribe button. Like I said, because no one knew Mr. Dore.
And Mr. Dore, just to add to that, like I can tell you this for free. The amount of Nigerian following, Nigerian following that Nottingham are going to get in the next 1, 2, 3 seasons is going to be crazy. Because if I take my mind back to when Iheanacho joined Leicester City, Wilfred Ndidi joined Leicester City, a lot of Nigerians became Leicester City fans. Same thing with Watford.
No, Des. We don't. No. Don't send them to Leicester City. We don't want them. They're not relevant. They're not relevant. English Des will tell you they're not relevant.
So exactly, I'm telling you, Nottingham are going to get a lot of Nigerian fans for sure. That's for sure.
I'm loving it. There's 166 people here, and I saw a comment about if my wife, if you're watching, my Wi-Fi is playing up. So I do apologize, people, because if I do come out, Des will take control of it. So if I do come off of it, it's my Wi-Fi. So keep on watching. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button. Subscribe to myself. Subscribe to Mr. Do Daily. His link is below. And like I said, it's about our new signing as well, because, like I said, he's a most expensive player ever. Des, now we've got him. Now he's at Forest now. Do you think he'll be successful after what we heard from Daniel and Nigerian Des?
I think he will. Daniel said there when I picked up on the ball striking, and that's the problem with YouTube, isn't it? You never know until you see somebody. I've been talking a lot in groups with you how until we see somebody for ourselves, till we make a mind up. That's the beauty of football. That's why we love it. The game. It's not won on a computer game or on YouTube. It's won on the football pitch. And I think from what the guy said, he's got a big physical presence. Daniel's disappointed to lose him. Des is proud of the fact he's a Nigerian player and he's doing well. And I just think we know how Steve Cooper works with players. So some of that finishing might get worked upon. It'll be an area they might look to sort of develop. And I just think, again, when I mentioned finishing, I referred to it in the same vein as Keinan Davis. Keinan Davis was a bit like that, wasn't he? His scoring record isn't fantastic, but what he brought to the team as a full package, his strength, moving the ball around, he didn't necessarily need to score all the goals. We've got guys who will stick it in the back of the net, and I think spending all that money, which is a lot for us, £17 million, it's crazy, really. We last season we wouldn't have dreamt of spending that kind of money. So today, having that kind of player on board and 1 or 2 others linked with us to make us a better team, I think I'm getting really, really excited now and looking forward to the season to start. I want it to start tomorrow.
Exactly. I think I don't know if Daniel and Nigel was so excited. Like I said, because I've not worked today, all I hear is positive vibes from our new signing. So people comment feeling about our new signing. Like How much is it? 17.5, 16.5? What is it, Des? English Des? What is it? 16.5, isn't it?
17.5, I believe.
17.5. It's like I said. I'm gonna ask you, Daniel. Like, do you think, like I said, the price tag? Do you think you'd be under pressure with the price tag? Yes or no?
I mean, obviously, it's a record signing for you guys. It's also a record signing for Union on the outgoing front. The previous record was 6.5 million euro. That's 20 million euros, so it's more than 3 times that. So that is a big price tag, but also in the context of modern football economics of the Premier League, which you are now a part of. It's in a way, it's not that much money, and even some Union fans were a bit disappointed that it seems like Taiwo had a release clause. So people maybe even would have thought that if there would have been open bidding war basically for his signing, and if there wasn't that release clause, that the price tag could have gone even higher. So in that sense, it could be a value signing even at that price that is basically ridiculous for the context of Union. Like the whole budget for the whole first team was close to a figure of 20 million at Union like 8 years ago, and now that's in one transfer fee. So obviously that shows the development that Union has done in those years, and also that the Premier League market has done in those years. So I think in that context, the money isn't that great, isn't that big, and I think he has every opportunity to also justify that price tag.
Nigerian Des, there's a question for you from Rick Star Forest. Nigerian Des, has Taiwo got a little dance? What he does when he scores a goal, maybe a backflip like Paulo Watcho? We know who Paulo Watcho is. Please play for the Derby. What has he got like a celebration? So Forest fans, I look forward to see.
Well, I think what he likes doing, he likes looking at the sky and he raises up his hand to his creator. That's Taiwo Awoniyi.
Oh, there's a new backflip. I want a little jiggy dance. Come on.
No, Taiwo Awoniyi is kind of a shy guy.
He also has some dancing.
But I think when he gets to know the Nottingham fans more, I mean, at City Ground, probably you get to see the crazy side of him. Yeah.
Listen, I want to see him dance because if I see him dance, because English Des will definitely do a dance as well. So if he has, then please.
You should watch the short video that Union put up, the English-speaking Union Twitter account. They put up a quick compilation of his moments at Union over the last few years. So you should watch that to get a sense of how joyful he is. And like the first thing people would associate with him is his big win. So I think you'll have a lot of fun with him.
We've got people as well. People show some love to Daniel and Despley. I know there's quite a lot of people showing some love to both of them. This is from Keinan. Great to see our team getting fans across the world, and great to see Daniel and Nigerian Des on this channel. I'm loving this Nigerian and English Des. Loving it. Why did I not think of it in the same place? Like some people, if anyone's got any questions for Daniel on Nigerian Des, please put it in the comments below, please. It would be nice. And if you want, please do a super chat as well and support my channel. And as well, subscribe to my channel. If I can get to, I don't know, 8,000. If I get, my target is 10K before the end of the year. So any Nigerian fans watching this, please go and subscribe to my channel. If you're going to be so much content that you are going to see through and see Awoniyi. That's how I pronounce his name. You'll be seeing him live up with all my way and home and away vlogs and live on my channel.
Mr. Abdul, just before you go on, I want to correct your pronunciation.
Tell me, go on.
Yesterday you are kind of getting the pronunciation wrong a bit. And yesterday I saw on Sky Sports, I think it was one of the leading presenters at Sky Sports, and she said Awoniyi, and I was laughing. I mean,
right.
It's actually
right. Nigerian Des. Teach me.
All right. It's Awoniyi.
I can't say that. Listen, now you're making it difficult for me now. People want this.
There are like 4 syllables in his name.
I can't
First
see.
label. So,
No, oh, Des, you're doing me there,
come on,
Des.
man.
No,
It's easy. Come on.
you can't
It's easy.
do. You can't. Taiwo Awoniyi. That's what I say.
Apparently we have been saying it wrong then, because we also said Taiwo Awoniyi and not Awoniyi. So we also missed.
To be fair to Daniel, I think Daniel gets it a bit. I mean, you think you need to add the "yi" at the end, you know. So I mean, with time. This is your first time as well, so with time.
Taiwo Awoniyi. Yeah, is that okay?
You are ending at "ni." Add "yi."
Taiwo, I'll say Big T. Big T. Yeah.
Or Big
Big T. No, listen, right.
Big
People in the comments. I'm confirming that. I'm calling him Big T.
Nigerians call him Big Awo. So, Mr. Doe, you should stick with that. Big Awo.
Right. People in the comments, get this going. I'm calling him Big T. I think Dan's as well. Dan as well call him Big T as well. People in the comments, what should you call him? If you can't say it, call him a name. Because I'm gonna get hammered on Twitter for this, for getting his name wrong. Right, I'm just gonna go through the comments. This is from Gary. Don't Des will never get it. No matter how many times I tell him, I'll never get it. I will never get his name wrong. I'll get his name wrong. So I've got a new member to the channel, Nick Kirk. Thank you very much for being a member to the channel as well. If you want to be a member, please do help me out a lot. So thank you very much, Nick, for being a member. With questions, and let me ask you, Des. Like I said, we're in the Premier League, Des. I don't know if Nick and Daniel knows. Like I said, we're so excited. We're back in the Premier League, and me and Des, we it's a Premier League new chapter. Do you think Big T? I'm calling him Big T. I'm getting under pressure now. Do you think, Daniel, and I'll do Nigerian Des afterwards, do you think he's ready for the Premier League? Because we know that German League is tough as well, but Premier League is different kettle of fish. Do you think he's ready for the Premier League?
I have to say, I haven't followed the way Nottingham Forest plays, so I'm not exactly familiar with your playing style and how he fits in there. And I think that's the more important thing than the league, really. Obviously, the reputation of the Premier League would be that it's physically still another level. I'm not actually sure that's so much of a hurdle. I think he can definitely hold his own there. I think that maybe with the probably higher individual class in opposition in the Premier League, that sort of quick decision making, that quick technical processing of situations of the ball, that may become an issue. So I think you'll need to figure out a way to get him playing in space to some extent. But I think if you can do that and give him an opportunity to get on the end of things, because as I said, he doesn't always strike the ball cleanly, but he does have a knack for striking it successfully. So I remember quite a few goals where he struck it, where he kind of scuffed the shot, but it went in anyway. So if you get him to finish chances and get him to play on the counter in space, then I think he can be very successful in the Premier League as well.
Go, Des.
Can I just say that is one way Forest play, Daniel. We play on the counter attack. We play at pace, so we'll get a lot of opportunity from the guys around him, and I think he'll be expected to do quite a lot of work in sort of moving that ball forward as well.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, is he a hard working player? Does he sort of track back? Does he work hard, or is he someone who plays sort of leads the line and doesn't really get involved in the defensive stuff?
Yeah, I never got the impression that he would have been unwilling to do any work in that department. So I definitely felt that he was up for working in that way. It's a little bit hard to judge because Union had a really strange statistic last season, because we actually scored more goals from high turnovers than any other team in all 5 top leagues in Europe. But we didn't actually have that many situations where we pressed the opposition high. So we had very few of those situations where we did press high, and didn't even have that many turnovers that we provoked from that. But every time we did press, we were quite good at sort of pouncing on mistakes and finishing them off and scoring from that. And Taiwo was one of the players who did that. Like, for example, he scored a goal against Köln in the league, which was a really important goal because that got Union on track to finish the season exceptionally strong. And that was the goal that won us that game. And that was him recognizing a mistake, sprinting in to intercept a pass and finishing it off. So that was, if you look through his goals, through his compilations, I guess, and you'll notice that goal. And he's definitely able and willing to do work in that way. At Union, he hasn't been doing it for 90 minutes straight, and yet sort of saved himself. You could get the impression to spend his energy when counted. But I think that was also part of the team strategy as well. So you never thought that he would sort of put his ego first and not work because of that. So I trust him. I trust him to do his part in pressing and playing against the ball as well.
I've got a question for Nigerian Des. To Nigerian Des, how big is Awoniyi in Nigeria?
I mean, very big, very big. Taiwo Awoniyi was, I mean, like in Nigeria, if you're a footballer and you are part of an age group of footballers that, I mean, went ahead to a World Cup to make the country proud by winning the World Cup, a lot of fans, a lot of Nigerians will remember you very, very well. So Taiwo Awoniyi is part of the 2013 Under-17 World Cup squad that won the Under-17 World Cup, and also the 2015 Under-20 Nigerian squad that won the Under-20 African Nations Cup. So that kind of put him on the map, you know, at a very early age. And now he's banging in the goals coming off of his season. He scored 20 goals for Union. You know, I think right now he's like the fourth or fifth most valuable Nigerian player. You know, and Taiwo is obviously a star, 100%. That's not a doubt at all. 100% is a star.
I'm just going to go look for the comments as well, and as well, people. I was struggling with his name, but once there's another superstar watching as well. Serena, thanks for Keinan, Des. I've been practicing and I nailed it. See, so I will nail it, but I'm calling him Big T for now. I'm calling him Big T. I apologize because
you are getting close. You are getting close.
Taiwo Awoniyi. That's what I'm. That's Taiwo Awoniyi. People, please don't get at me. I'm learning. People, listen. If you're new to the channel, please do hit the like button. Please subscribe if you are new, and as well subscribe to Mr. Do Daily as well. He's got a YouTube channel. I think there's a question for you, Nigerian Des. Des, are you Mark Angel's brother? Huh? Who's Mark Angel? Who's Mark Angel? Do you know who is he?
Exactly, that's the question. Who is Mark Angel?
Another one. This is from Rick Star, Nigerian Dead. Bully hell, people going. What about Daniel? Everyone loves Nigerian Dead. What about Daniel? People ask Daniel questions, please, not just Nigerian Dead. Nigerian Dead. Is JJ Koch still kicking the ball? We'll have him too.
No, I've got a question. I've got a question for Daniel. What's his sort of? Does he get injured very often? Does he play most games, or is he somebody who can be liable to pick up a knock or two?
He did miss a few weeks last season, so the season before the one that just finished. In which period Union also found a way to play well without him, so that was good. But this season he has been really consistent, has been available, has played really well. So I wouldn't say that he's injury prone. I mean, a few injuries happen, I guess, to every player. He's a big lad. He's an explosive player, so some muscle stuff is always possible to happen. But also Union were really good at managing fitness over the whole squad. They had very few injuries, very few muscle injuries. So he also benefited from good training regimen there, obviously, and good fitness management. So it wasn't much of an issue.
I'm looking for no questions. I think I'm gonna ask you. I'll ask you another question for you, Daniel. Like, this is my brother guy. Should Forest have paid 70 million? No. This is for Des. For you, Des. English Des. Should Forest pay 70 million to keep Davis? I don't know why I said that.
I don't think so. I absolutely love the guy. He did a great job in helping us gain promotion to the Premier League. Without scoring lots and lots of goals, he was effective in what he did. He brought his strength and his physique into the game and helped other players around him. I've spoke a lot about the way he linked with Ghana, for example. He worked with Zinkernagel at times, and of course Brennan Johnson. So I think with Davis, there's a bit of a fitness issue, isn't there? That's why I asked Daniel that question. There's a bit of an issue around his fitness. It took him a long time to get up to full 90 minutes from signing from Villa. And I know they were working at it. I know they had a plan. And he did do it. You know, he did what he had to. And then he picked up another injury, and it was a bit of a struggle again towards the end of the season. I think I'd have liked Forest to sign him. 17 million sounds like a lot of money for Keinan Davis. And I think the rumours we're hearing, we don't know. Aston Villa was asking for 15 million. And it seems like, who knows, you never know if there's something going on in the background. But it seems like Forest weren't prepared to meet 15 million and have looked at a different option in Big T.
Big T. Daniel and Des, I don't know if you know, basically we had a player called Keinan Davis, but Awoniyi everyone has said is an upgraded version to him. So I think all Forest fans are so excited because of the price tag we paid for him and the good things that we've heard. We just hope he does well for that club. And people are saying, if you want any questions, Dan, I think there's quite a lot of questions that I'll do one for Daniel and one for Des. And this is for Daniel. This is from Mr. Dan. Daniel, does he take penalties?
Yes, he did, and he scored them well as well. He especially took penalties after Max Kruse left. That was also a question I saw in the comments, asking about Awoniyi playing well after Kruse left. So after Kruse left, he took penalties over and converted them, and also he benefited before from Kruse's chance creation, and after Kruse left, he found another way to make himself play a part in Union's attack and get on the end of chances created for him. Also having the occasional creative moment himself. So yeah, on both fronts, I would confirm. Yeah, he does take penalties, and yeah, he did play well without a guy like Kruse creating for him.
All right, I'll ask this to Nigerian Des. I think where's that question gone? This is from Rebel City Lad. How you doing? What weaknesses do Awoniyi have? Has he got any weaknesses? Wait for Nigerian Des.
For me, I don't really think he has a glaring weakness. Obviously, no, there's no perfect footballer. I don't think there's a perfect footballer, but I think probably he's not the most skillful player. But I mean, he kind of covers that with his pace, covers that with his energy. Steve Cooper is gonna like him because he's one player that he can kind of prepare different tactical setups. Let's say he wants to play on the counter like there's Oldham said. He wants to play on the counter. He wants to play 3-5-2, a 3-4-1-2. And another interesting thing is at Union, Fischer, the manager of Union, kind of plays a similar 3-5-2, 3-4-1-2 with Steve Cooper as well. And Awoniyi kind of benefited from Max Kruse, Gerardo Becker later on, And I'm hoping Steve Cooper does the same in Nottingham with Brennan Johnson and Lewis Brennan. So I'm hoping sort of like, you know, 2 players or 1 player playing off Awoniyi. I think Steve Cooper is going to get the best out of Awoniyi that way. Yeah, I mean, your very first game you are playing against Newcastle.
We'll back to Newcastle. We'll back to Newcastle.
It should be a good test. So yeah, Awoniyi doesn't have any glaring weakness, that's for sure.
And this is, I've got another question for you, Daniel. And this is a good one, because I know, as no one knows, Forest brought in Awoniyi 17.5, and this one for you, Daniel. Daniel, how would you expect a Union to reinvest in funds to replace Awoniyi?
Yeah, that's a good question. And obviously, I'm not in Union's scouting department, so I'm not sure. And it's an interesting question because Union has done very well in the transfer department over the last few years, but their main strength has been to pick up players who were undervalued, who were maybe a bit older, and who didn't cost much. Like we are joking about the fact that our manager, sporting director, we call him manager in German, that's why I got confused, Oliver Runert, is excellent at picking up free signings. And it's going to be interesting how they spend that kind of money. It's maybe an opportunity to invest in some younger guys, some guys with even more potential, with maybe a slightly higher profile, who could then again develop. And like we signed Awoniyi for quite a bit of money, probably around 5 million euros or something like that, after he already proved himself. So it's going to be interesting whether they sort of immediately reinvested money, or if they keep continuing with their sort of creative scouting. And obviously, Union is a club that has made huge strides in the last few years, sporting-wise. So there's all kinds of reasons of opportunities to invest money. So I'm sure they'll find some use for it. But I have no idea what exactly they're going to do in terms of directly replacing Taiwo.
Okay. We'll change it down. I think Nigerian Des will know more than anything else. Rangers player, another Nigerian player that Des might know. Where is it? And this is from Patch Adams. Nigerian Des, what's your thoughts on Joe Awoniyi, the Rangers midfielder who are looking side? Do you think is he a good player to play for Forest?
100%. Joe Aribo has been one player that has been on the brink of coming to the Premier League in the past 2-3 seasons, but for some reason it hasn't happened yet. But I think right now is the right time. He's at the right age, 25. He's coming on the back of his season. He played about 70 games for Rangers last season across all competitions. If you add the 3 games he played for Nigeria for the AFCON qualifiers, that's like 73. So I mean that's really crazy for a player at that age. And he's one player that doesn't get injured a lot. He has an eye for a pass. He has an eye for the dribbling as well. I think he would be a good replacement for James Garner, because I don't think Manchester United are going to let you guys keep James Garner. I think Manchester United will want to keep James Garner. James Garner grew from strength to strength last season, under Steve Cooper. And
you know a lot, don't you, Nigerian Des? You know a lot, don't you? You've been watching Forest a lot, haven't you?
I have. I'm a football fan, so I pretty much watch anything, and I'm a United fan as well.
Nigerian Des, Nigerian. I saw a comment. You've got to reinvest in. You know what? People in comments, if you can donate some money towards the channel, I will get Nigerian Des a Forest top with I Love Forest in the back. So Nigerian Des, we're gonna reinvest a Forest top shop, because you cannot support Man U. There's no go. Now the Star Man's joined Forest, you've got to support Forest. So people in the comments, if you want Nigerian Des to get Forest top, donate to this channel, man. I think we'll love it. Right, so people, we've got about 5 minutes to go before we go. I'm going to ask Daniel. Like I said, personality. Do you think he'll get along with his Forest fans?
I think he's an extremely easy guy to get along with. So if you don't get along with Taiwo Awoniyi, I think it's your issue, really. So I would be surprised if he wasn't a success in that department.
What about you, Nigerian Des? What do you think? You get along with his Forest fans as well? What do you think? Like I said, has he got the personality to get along with Forest fans?
He has. Taiwo is a very lovable, likable guy. I've not really seen. I don't think I've seen anyone say anything bad about Taiwo. His personality, he's very humble. Taiwo, he's that kind of person that can see someone on the way and he will always stop to say hi. So he's that kind of person. He's a down to earth guy. So I think Nottingham fans are they're gonna get warm to him very, very quickly. And I'm expecting him to bang at least a goal against Newcastle on the opening day for sure. So definitely he's going to get along quickly.
Before we do go, like I said, I mean, Nigerian Des are loving you. Everyone's loving. Look,
I love Forest as well.
Des needs to lead the Nigerian Red branch.
Sure.
Nigerian Des is a tricky team now. This is from Rick Starr. Nigerian Des, we are getting your Forest top. We want it at the back.
Getting that well. Stuff.
But yeah, before we do, like I said, go. I like to promote everyone's channel. And Daniel's got a podcast. And Daniel, can you just talk about your podcast before we leave?
Yeah, it's called Textilvergehen. It's in German, obviously. At least most of the episodes are. We had one English-speaking episode, so you can check that out.
If there's any German people here watching now, please go and check it out. But I could talk about it.
Yeah, it's just it's one of the older football podcasts in Germany. We've been doing over 500 episodes now, basically just talking about the most recent Union game most of the time. And a few extra episodes, so that's basically that's just a weekly review of what's been happening at Union.
Before, what question from Ben? So I've been trying to touch super chats for several tonight, but it's not working. Has anyone been trying it? It is working. It has worked. I don't know if anyone's been trying. So if you want to, before we do any quick super chats, please do. Because like I said, Daniel's got to go. So if any super chats, please support my channel. And like I said, subscribe to the channel. Make sure everyone subscribes to Do Daily as well. If there's any Nigerian fans watching back, subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a fantastic journey watching this and my journey, following Des' journey as well. And yeah, super chat is working. Thank you for the £2 Wolves F1. Thank you very much for support. Right. Last one. I'm gonna ask you, right, Daniel, and I'll ask Nigerian Des in a minute. We know. Do you think he can score 20 goals next season for Forest in the Premier League?
Whew. That's a tall order. I think anything double digits would be a great season. So I wouldn't put the bar quite that high.
We need him to score 20 goals. That's not that. We've got to. Des, what about you? Like I said, do you think he can be successful in the Premier League? That's Nigerian Des.
100%. I think so. I know so. This is something he has always wanted. He has always wanted to play in the Premier League, and he's going to embrace it with every determination and every fight in him. To make sure Nottingham fans they smile. I mean, it's a pretty huge investment Nottingham put on to bring Awoniyi from Union. So I definitely think Awoniyi is going to do his best, to deliver the goals. And I would also implore, the Nottingham hierarchy, the owners, they should try as much as they can to get, more signings in. I think your best creator last season just went to Olympiacos, Zikana girl, I think.
Zigano, yeah, he's got Olympiacos.
Yeah,
we're getting a better player. We're getting a better
exactly.
player. It's all right. Don't worry about it. We're getting a better player.
So I would want, I would want because right now Nottingham's main creative athlete it should be Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson is your main creative athlete. I remember watching him last season against Leicester City in the FA Cup, and you guys smashed Leicester City to smithereens. So I think we would need more signings for Nottingham if you guys are ready to challenge this season, and also to create more chances for Awoniyi, because a striker is basically nothing without service. So obviously, the better the service, the more goals Taiwo is going to score.
100%. Right, before we do go, I've got another super chat. Thank you, Ethan, for the £1.99. Much appreciated for this. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for Daniel and Des for giving the insight and our new signing. Like I said, I'm with Mr. Doodle as well. There's going to be more signings for Nottingham Forest, so I'm going to have this mug next to me. And please, like I said, there's 154 people in. Please go and subscribe to my channel. If there's any Nigerian people in the community, subscribe to myself. It's going to be a fantastic journey. And as well, with Des as well. You'll see Des on my channel as well. Everyone, go and subscribe to me. Subscribe to Des. Go and follow Daniel's podcast. The link will be below after the show. And Nigerian Des, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much as well. One more question. I think this is for Daniel, because I think everyone keeps asking Daniel this, Daniel that. Sorry, Daniel. But what is Merseyside like? You know more than anything.
Yeah, I obviously do pay attention to the Bundesliga, but Mainz wouldn't be a team that I'd watch all the time, other than when they play against Union. So I'm definitely not the best person to talk about him. But I think he's been there for a long time, been a really solid Bundesliga defender, physically strong, technically good, so not very error prone in my perception. So I think he's perfectly fine defender. Yeah.
I do apologize because I think I saw the chat everyone talking about, and like Daniel, he sports Union Berlin. He doesn't sport Mainz, so that's why I didn't ask. But the question was going mad, so he doesn't know much. But Daniel, if you do know a fan, message me, because I've been trying to find one. I can't find one. It's just in case we buy him. So if you do,
I'll let you know someone who's a real expert.
Yeah, but like I said, but yeah, it's been a pleasure, people. Thank everyone. Des, have you got any questions before we go to Des or Daniel?
No, I'm good, thank you. Good information, guys.
Not really.
No, English Des is shocking.
Sorry?
No, Des, this guy here. You know what? Comment. I think Nigerian Des should replace English Des. Put in the comments, people. If you want to, tell me now. I can make it happen. If people want to replace Nigerian Des with English Des, please do. But yeah, it's been a pleasure.
It's a pleasure joining you guys. Yeah.
You know what, Des, it's been a thank you. Daniel, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for coming to the channel. And it's one bit, if you
take care of you, lad.
Help me out. Take care, but like I said, help me out, people. If you are new to the channel, please do hit the like button, please. Subscribe if you're new.
Yeah, and just before I go, I want to say congratulations on getting Dean Henderson. I think you guys have probably sent Dean Henderson on loan, so that's a big one. It's a big one.
Thank you, Nigerian. You know what? I think I'm gonna get Nigerian Des back on again. He's a legend. I think I will. Des, Nigerian Des, I'll sort the contract out so we can get rid of him. So we'll sort something. We can. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, people. Thank you, everyone that took part. Like I said, thank you, Daniel and Des, for coming on the channel. There'll be more chances on this channel as well. So there'll be more content. Like I said, I know soon announced with Dean Henderson as well. So I will get a new fan in there to talk about him. But it's been a pleasure, people. Thank you, like I said. It's been a pleasure. Hit the subscribe button, like as well, and I'll see everyone soon. Oh, wait. We got to make Des, Nigerian Des, say up the Reds.
Up the Reds. Up the fucking
Reds.
Reds.
I'm loving it. Daniel, can you say Daniel? Up the Reds?
Yeah, up the Reds. That's
as
you can see.
Loving it. I'm not going to say this mug. Yeah, I've had enough of saying it. Right. Peace and love, people, and up the Forest.